All right, tell me your name.
Marilyn Clemons.
Okay.
Marilyn Irvin Clemons.
How are you related to Will and Ella Irvin?
That was my grandmother and granddaddy, Irvin.
Irvin, yeah. Who is the oldest family member that you remember, and what do you remember about them?
You mean of my family or my daddy's family or?
Just anyone.
Okay. Gosh, I've got so many I can't tell them all probably. But I remember my grandmother Irvin really well. She lived to be real old, so she spent a lot of time visiting around, and we all learned to love her so much. And I'm not sure, she was 98, I think, when she died.
Oh, wow. What is your fondest family memory?
I think the times that I used to go to my grandmother Bullard's and spend time there because my cousin lived with her, and we would spend summers at my house and her house.
What historical event during your life do you remember most vividly?
I think my trip to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I just did, and then Washington D.C. I enjoyed that very much too.
How did that impact your life?
Well, I don't really know. It must have impacted my family because I have a military family. Mm-hmm. And I guess us taking our children to Washington D.C. and all these other places, they learned a lot about that. So now in our home we have a military wall because my second grandchild is graduating from West Point this spring. Mm-hmm. It's a girl. Mm-hmm. And my grandson graduated 2 years ago. And one of my sons graduated from there. So we have a military family.
Mm-hmm. That's good. What was the best time of your life and why?
Oh, I think the best time was when we went to Germany and France. We went on a trip, my husband and I did, and visited, well, our boys were over there actually, stationed over there at the time. Mm-hmm. But it was just a wonderful 3 weeks.
I bet. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I think we have a wonderful family, mm-hmm. and I've had them at my house a lot of times. Even a pretty little blonde-headed girl from Tennessee used to come there and get worms, play with worms and bugs. And, I've enjoyed life because I've had a good life. I have 3 children, twins are the oldest, and then the third son, and have 4 grandchildren, and 2 boys and 2 girls, and I just don't have anything to complain about. Aww. We're good Christian people and attend church regular. Well, not as much now as we have been because my husband's sick, but when he isn't sick, we're regular. So we've had a wonderful life, and I'm 81 years old. Just had my birthday recently. Mm-hmm. Reckon he's heard enough now. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank